Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Kate Show. Just wanted to make a quick video to just express the reality that the people that are against us, the general average gamer, in regards to Gamergate 2.0, they're doubling, tripling, quadrupling down. They're projecting. They refuse to accept the reality that the mass majority of gamers are against what they're all about. And we rejected their cancel culture, and now they're trying. They've been self-victimizing. They're saying that we're the liars, even though there's plenty of screenshots to prove that they indeed started a harassment campaign against a person who made a Steam curator page. Okay, just simply listing out Sweet Baby Inc.'s video games. And for us to look at this, and mind you, if Chris Kindred had not even brought attention on the curator page, it would have had a few thousand followers at best. It would have died out so quick. But they couldn't help themselves. They fear our numbers, and they know that the more aware we are of what they're up to, the more the general average gamer will, in fact, reject what they have going on. And just to show the reality that nothing's changed, they refuse to concede. Matter of fact, they are making us out to be extremists because, well, they have the media that is, they're extremists in their own right. They just totally go against the general average consumer in the gaming space as well as the general average gamer. But they feel as though that they have the media on their side, and obviously the gaming industry mostly on their side, that they can just label us as the extremists, the regular average person. And you know, I screen capped their tweets here because they just can't help themselves. And Chris Kindred here, who started the harassment campaign against the creator of Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, the Steam curator page, and also tried to get their Steam page canceled. Well, Chris Kindred here says they're just writing fan fiction at this point, even though there's plenty of screenshots to back up what we're saying. There's plenty of proof behind a lot of what we're saying. It's just that you guys continue to try and lie your way out of this situation. They said the group still should be taken down, by the way. If not for the conspiracies, then definitely the Yahtzees. Yo, it never fails. If you cannot stomp out this group that's against you, label them as Yahtzee, a fascist, whatever have you, man. It never fails. People are over it. Nobody cares anymore. Look, man, at the end of the day, after going through a decade of Gamergate, of, all this nonsense in regards to just labeling people extremists, going through multiple election cycles that have been completely catastrophic, really, at the end of the day. People are just sick and tired of being annoyed and constantly being told that they're evil just because they won't accept garbage media. We're sick and tired of it. Marvel and DC have destroyed themselves. Disney has destroyed itself. All for ESG money, man. All for this investment money, destroying their fan base, and really, it's continuing on throughout multiple entertainment mediums, throughout many companies. They think that they can somehow change this reality and get people on their side again. It's never going to happen. Not until you concede the reality and get back to making good entertainment that isn't hindered by woke progressive ideology that you force people to accept simply because you want BlackRock investment money or whatever investment money, Vanguard investment money. Nobody cares anymore, man. It's sad that there are definitely a few companies that control an insane amount of the social space, sadly, because they can just be like, well, we'll give all these companies monies to purposely promote this stuff that makes people fight with each other, hate each other, so that they can go off and do their nonsense, man. It's sad that we're here, but we're here. And I'm concerned, guys. Honestly, I'm genuinely concerned. This is an election period. And while I personally have zero interest in covering anything election related, mind you, unfortunately, when there is an election period, these, social media companies love to just cancel and wipe off so many people that may fall into a certain allegiance. And it doesn't matter if you're one that speaks out against, well, the system, and you're constantly you're constantly at risk of, your social media, your channels, whatever have you, getting stomped out. So I'm genuinely concerned about covering this stuff, but I can't ignore reality. We cannot ignore reality. The rug's been ripped out from under us, and we can't just say, oh well, let's just put it back over again. No, we can't. We've definitely been berated and bombarded with this nonsense for enough, man. And for Chris Kindred here to continue to double, triple, and quadruple down, feeling safe because they're endorsed by journos that are in the gaming space that are very politically aligned with all this nonsense. And really, you have developers themselves out here basically, endorsing their nonsense, something that the people have rejected, the gamers have rejected. And Richie Pope here says, logged in to say this: game devs work really hard in a tough industry for a beloved medium. A small reactionary faction. They keep calling us a small faction of people. We are the majority. The mass majority of us just want apolitical gaming content. We don't want fake nonsense spewed into our games. We don't want characters being thrown in there to virtue signal at us, to berate us. We don't want fake ideological nonsense being shoveled into our games, and it's easy to tell. You guys are not good at hiding it. Back in the day, you'd have characters that were women, that were not white, that were so much more believable and genuine because it was developed with the sake of not pushing an ideology, but just being genuinely good. And people were fine with that. Now it just feels forced. It feels stupid. It doesn't work, and people are calling it out because you guys aren't good at it. And for us to say that we're the minority, meanwhile your games bomb, people that are interested in these games that force woke ideological nonsense in them are really, they don't have an audience at the end of the day, not enough to sustain yourself. So yeah, you do work really hard to get 5 people to buy your bullshit. But nobody cares about how hard you work. I'm not gonna hear and sympathize with you when you're trying to socially reconstruct how people think, man. When the game developers conference is purposely trying to restructure developers' minds to force ideological leftist nonsense into the game stories, just because that's where they politically align. It's creepy, man. It's creepy, especially when it goes into gender ideology, stuff, all sorts of leftist talking points, man. Nobody wants it. I don't want right-leaning talking points, bro. The last thing I want in my games, besides the stuff they're already trying to force in anyway, the gender ideology, global warming nonsense. Look, man, I don't want any of it in my video games. Nor do I want Bible thumping bullshit in my video games either. I just want to be left the fuck alone. I think the mass majority of us want the same sentiment. We don't, like, I'm not looking for entertainment. I'm not looking to play video games to be told how to think, how to feel. In regards to the current social political climate, or just generally my personal politics. I don't want to be told how to think. And the fact that you guys can't accept that we're adults, a lot of us, and we also don't want you trying to, influence our children into believing in your bullshit that doesn't help you, that doesn't make you money, and you realize that, you really work really hard in the industry. Yeah, nobody wants any of that. And you call us a small reactionary faction who wants to ruin this for everyone else. No, you've already been ruining it for us. And with that, we're speaking out against you. That's really that simple. It has been ruined for us. The video game industry has been infested with this bullshit for too long, and we're over it. They said video games and the people who make them don't fit into their regressive worldview, and they hate it. So hate they spew, man. And the reality is you've accepted that that the norm should be your political nonsense when we said we want video games to be apolitical. And you think that politically driven video game content should be the norm and should be pushed on not just adults, but teenagers and children. And this is not normal. This has never been the norm. And we don't want it, man. We don't want it. We don't want the fakeness. And we are rejecting it. We are rejecting it. It is what it is. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad. But these people, man, they really want to make us out to be extremists. And it's scary. It really is. And I keep, this is like the second video where it's like, man, it is creepy, like where we're headed. Governments are behind this kind of stuff. It's creepy, man. If anyone actually trusts the government, I don't know what to tell you, but if they're looking at us like we're the extremists and they're trying to relate us to people who have done some heinous acts of the past, it sucks because it's like, bro, I know myself. I know who I am. I have no interest in doing anything even remotely extreme. I just want to sit here and play video games and be lazy as fuck when I'm not working, when I'm not busting my butt, and I don't want to be, talked down to. I don't want video games to feel like just the usual nonsense that they're pushing, man. I definitely don't want video games to be an ad campaign, that's for sure. And it seems like that's just what they want. And it's annoying. It's annoying, but guys, I'll leave it there. Just wanted to update you and basically letting you know that Chris Kindred has doubled, tripled, quadrupled down, and they're making us out to be extremists when I'm a part of the Discord in regards to Sweet Baby Ink Detected. There's so many people from different walks of life up in there, and some of them happen to be going up in there, and some of them are bad actors. Don't get me wrong, you have your bad actors. I think some of them might be right-leaning. Some of them are definitely leftists that are going in there trying to ruin it for everyone. But overall, it's just a bunch of gamers just doing gamer nonsense, man, and just having fun talking the talk, just being about talking video games, talking shit. What you expect from a dude bro gamer space. And that's what they hate the most. They hate the dude bros. They just don't really want any of that. But anyways, guys, I'll leave you at that. If you can like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitter or Kick if you want to continue conversation. And I will be having a 4,000 subscriber celebration live stream today. So definitely tune in for that if you want to come hang out with me. And guys, with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.